Hello there and welcome back to the Achievement Planner. And today I'm coming to you with an achievement plan that is something that I've looked all over the internet for months for and I could not find, so I did one myself, and it's Minecraft. And you might say, well, Minecraft, people have a full completion in that easily. Yes, that is true. You can use different types of cheats and achievement worlds that have all the achievements ready for you. There are things called seeds where you can go into specially made worlds, and they're not considered cheats because they're meant to be used. But you can go into these worlds and find whatever you need right away, or you could put in cheats, of course, and do it. There are all different things you could do. This plan is going to show you exactly how to get all these achievements on one single survival world. That means I made one random world, and it's a survival world, so. Because I'm creative mode. There's creative mode and survival mode, by the way. Creative mode is where you can basically do anything you want, but achievements don't apply to that. Survival mode is where you have to survive. So you could do it on peaceful, which means there are no enemies. However, you can't get all the achievements. So you could do it on easy, medium, hard, or hardcore. And I did this on easy. But that's okay, because I did it on one single world. No matter how much I struggled trying to find something, I found it in my world. Except for one single exception, but I'll go over that because it glitched out. But anyway, one single world, and it took me quite a while. So let's go over this. 118 achievements. What? Base game, 79 achievements, and 11 DLC for 39 achievements. And it's all stuff. Basically, you get put into this game, Minecraft, and you're like, what do I do? And the game's like, just go. And what do you do? It's my first time really playing a survival game, so I was very confused. And the DLC is just stuff you'll find throughout the world. The world is huge. I didn't even go to a small chunk of it. So anyway, 2,760 gamer score. And I give it an 8 out of 10 difficulty. Not because it's necessarily hard, but there are sections that could really challenge you. Like trying to walk over lava on a single block. You'll see. Alright, completion time about 200 to 250 hours for everything with one single survival world. Obviously, you could do this in a half hour if you use seeds and achievement worlds, but I try to do it legit, and I did. I'm still, yeah, wow. All right, playthrough 1, all achievements. Yes, that's right, one playthrough because it's just a random open world. All right, here we go. Let's do this, and just be ready. We're going to be having quite a bit of categories in this one because I wanted to really organize them well. There are 21 categories in this game that I have created, and I'm going to try to just go through them. So yeah, here we go. Category number 1, basic achievements. 3 achievements for 30 gamer score. These are the things when you start this game that you're like, what am I doing? Where am I going? What's going on? These are the 3 achievements that I can imagine anybody first getting, no matter what. And then you're like, either, all right, I'm going to keep going, or nope, not for me. Bye, shut it off. Because these are the 3 I got before I shut it off, got irritated, and came back later. So, number 1, taking inventory. Open your inventory. All you do is press Y and you open your inventory. Cool. Number 2, getting wood. Punch a tree until a block of wood pops out. When you start out with just your fist, and when you punch a tree enough time, it'll break and it'll turn into wood. There you go. Number 3, bench making. Craft a workbench with 4 blocks of wooden planks. So the thing about making a crafting bench, a crafting table. You need to have a crafting table in order to make most things. The only things you can really make without a crafting table are things like a crafting table and sticks and things like that. So you need this thing to make everything else. So to do it, when you punch that tree, you're going to get oak logs, you're going to get dark oak logs, whatever kind of tree you're punching. And from there, you go into your inventory, you put it up in the crafting area with the 4 squares, and then you could change that into planks, oak wood planks, we'll say. All right, I don't even know what's on the video, what kind of wood, but yeah, the planks. Once you have those planks, then you can either put those up and then make a crafting table, or you could see it on the left. Once you're able to make something, you'll see that it's available on the left side of the screen to make. So you'll see if you go over it, crafting tables available, and then you just click that and you got your crafting table, and that's the achievement. And then from that point on, you could put down the crafting table just on the ground somewhere. You could always mine it up again, because you could mine it up again and it will go back into your inventory. It won't break. And I'm taking more time to explain this because these are the basics that if you don't understand this, you might get frustrated. So once you make that crafting table, put that down when you're going to try to craft. And that's where you're going to get everything else. So that's that category. So hopefully you are continuing with this game after that. Category 2, tool weapon achievements. 6 achievements for 80 gamer score. Time to farm. Make a hoe. And so when you talk about making weapons, all you're going to need to do is make sticks. So you can make sticks from the planks that you've already made. And when you go into the crafting table, you take those sticks, and the other wood you have, you'll be able to make other wood tools. So number one, you're going to make a hoe. Number 2, time to strike. You're going to use the planks and sticks to make a sword. Number 3, time to mine. Use planks and sticks to make a pickaxe. Look at that. And then MOAR tools. I don't know how you say that necessarily, if it's one word, whatever. Construct one type of each tool. So you're going to construct each tool. You're going to construct a sword, pickaxe, a hoe, a shovel, and a regular axe also. So those are the ones you're going to get for that. Yeah, and then you'll get that achievement. So you would have gotten all those at that point. Now, once you have that wooden pickaxe, you could then start to mine cobblestone. And you're going to find cobblestone all over. Once you mine cobblestone, you're going to need a lot of cobblestone in this game. You could then take the sticks and the cobblestone to make a better pickaxe, which is getting an upgrade, and you can make a stone pickaxe. And you'll be making so many of these, you'll get used to it. So in this game, you're also going to be mining iron, which if you turn on the coordinates in the settings menu, which does not ruin the achievements. You could still get achievements with the coordinates on. And I actually did that. I had the coordinates on the whole time. There's an X, a Y, and a Z coordinate for everywhere you are in all the worlds. And the Y coordinate is how high or low you are. And so if you go down to Y equals 16, that's a good place to find iron. But you will find it throughout the game. It's all over the place. And you need to use your stone pickaxe to get that. And once you get the iron, you smelt it, which we'll talk about later, and you can make an iron pickaxe. And that is what you're going to be using to get a lot of the precious stuff, like number 6, diamonds. Now, where do you get the diamonds? So the whole entire world is Y equals 320 is the highest level you can get to. 320, 321-ish, it's like up there. And then the lowest you can get to all the way down to the bedrock of the world is negative 60 or 61. So just keep in mind, I know you don't really know how to do this yet, but negative 57 or negative 58, around there, Y-axis is where you're going to be finding the most diamonds. But you could find diamonds in a lot of places. So anyway, but that's things that you can see in some of these guides that I'm going to have. I'm going to have a whole bunch of guides. All right. Category number 3, furnace achievements. 10 achievements for 150 gamer score. So to make a furnace, you're going to need 8 blocks of cobblestone or blackstone, and cobblestone is the most common one. And once you make that furnace, then you could put some sort of thing into it, usually coal, that can start it up. So there are going to be 2 spaces on the left, and you put the coal on the bottom, and then you put whatever item you want on the top. And you could put the iron ore in there. You could put all different things in there. So constructing that furnace out of 8 cobblestone blocks is that achievement hot topic. Renewable energy is where you smelt wood trunks using charcoal to make more charcoal. So one of the things you could find is charcoal. And when you put the charcoal in the furnace and you put the wood trunks also in it, you can actually make more charcoal. So you could see it on the video. That's just, you'll have more charcoal. Cool. All right, pork chop is where you kill a pig, which you'll see all over. You're going to find animals all over, and unfortunately you have to kill the poor little fellas, but whatever. You kill a pig and you use whatever. I'm going to say coal. You put the coal in the bottom spot in a furnace. You put the pork chop, the raw pork chop in there, and you cook it, and then you eat it. You get that achievement. Delicious fish. Same thing with a fish. Catch a fish, put it in the top spot. It will cook it, and you could then you could eat it. I don't think you have to eat that one in order to get the achievement. And by the way, you do not need to use a fishing pole. I hate fishing in games. I don't really like fishing in real life, but I just went under the water and punched I punched a fish in the face, and the fish died. And that's how I got fish. And that's how I got fish the whole game. All right, just punched a fish in the face. 5, acquire hardware. Smelt an iron ingot. So once you get iron ore, you put that in the top spot with the coal, and it will make ingots. And ingots are going to be used quite a bit. So that's how you're going to get your ingots. You're going to get acquire hardware. Now, Iron Man is where you're going to make a full set of armor. So you're going to need quite a bit of iron ingots to make it. And you'll see once you go into the menu what it takes to make the helmet, the chest plate, the leggings, and the boots. And after a while, you're going to get so used to making armor that this won't be a problem at all. But to make that, you need iron ingots. So you will get enough iron ingots as time goes on. So then you have to make those 4 items. Number 7, super fuel. Power a furnace with lava. There's lava all over the place. You need to make a bucket with iron ingots. And then once you make a bucket, you could just go up to the lava and you press collect and you'll collect it. Then instead of putting the coal in the bottom spot, you have to put the lava. And then you could cook anything on the top. There you go. Rabbit season. Wabbit season. Cook and eat. I wonder how many people said that. Cook and eat rabbit meat. You find rabbit meat in different types of places. Some mountains, some snowy areas, or deserts are the ones that I found in the most. But I originally found it in the desert. So you cook the rabbit meat and you eat it. All right? Smelt everything. Connect 3 chests to a single furnace using 3 hoppers. So hoppers are kind of a mystery to me. So you can make hoppers, not coppers, hoppers. And what you're going to need to do is put a furnace down, and then you're going to need to duck. So ducking is B. That's how you duck in this game. And then you have to duck and put a hopper. You'll see in the video a hopper on the left, right, and on top of the furnace. And then you put chests on top of each of the hoppers. And then as the hoppers are working, it will start to put stuff from one into the other. It's complicated, but as long as you do that, and you'll see it in the video, you will get that achievement. It's like a kind of like a little silly thing, I've never had to use that for anything, but you can make pretty cool mechanisms. Yeah, there you go. Alternative fuel. And if that last one confuses you, there are plenty of guides. In fact, some of the guides I'll put up will have that. Alternative fuel. Power a furnace with a dried kelp block. So as you're going into some of the ocean biomes, you're going to see some deep water with huge kelp leaves. And so you just break some kelp, you bring it home, and then you could use that dried kelp to make a dried kelp. But no, I'm sorry. The kelp you get is not dried. You have to actually use the furnace to make it dried. And then once you have enough dried kelp, you can make it into a block, and then you can use that block to power the furnace. Oh my goodness. So hopefully that'll make sense. Between what I just said and all the guides, you will get that. All right, now on to one I think is a little easier than that one. Category 4, animal achievements. 14 achievements for 310 gamer score. And the first one, cow tipper. When you kill a cow, you can get meat, and you could also get leather. So as long as you get leather, you're good. Number 2, saddle up. Tame a horse. You do not need a saddle for this. When you see a wild horse, you just jump on it. It's going to kick you off. It's not going to be happy. Just keep doing it a couple times. You'll get that. 3, repopulation. Breed 2 cows with wheat. So wheat you can get from hay bales, or you could just plant seeds and get wheat. And when you get wheat, you have to give 1 thing of wheat to 1 cow, 1 thing of wheat to the other cow. Hopefully they're fenced or whatever. And they will have hearts over their head, and they'll be very happy. And they will make a baby. Aw. So yeah, so that's that. Just getting them together and getting the wheat but you're gonna have so much wheat in this game. All right, number 4, have a shearful day. So use shears to obtain wool from a sheep. So you can kill a sheep and get wool, but if you use your iron to make shears, then you could just go up to it and shear it, and you'll get a block of wool, and you got that achievement. Number 5, when pigs fly, use a saddle to ride a pig, and then have the pig get hurt from the fall damage while riding it. So first of all, a saddle, as far as I know, you can't make a saddle, so you'll find them all over. Well, it's not the super easiest to find, but you will find saddles. So once you find a pig, you put the saddle on it, and then you can ride it. All right, now, the way to get it to move is to get a carrot on a stick. So first you have to find carrots on a fishing rod, and then you need to put the carrot on a fishing rod, and then you can dangle it in front of it. And then you have to dig down 3 or 4 blocks distance. I forget how far. I think it's 4 blocks. But you dig, like four blocks down, and then you just have to lead it off into that hole, and it will get hurt, and you'll get that achievement. It's not as hard as it sounds. And if you have confusion, obviously, the guides will help you. Number 6, leader. I'm trying to go through this as quickly as possible because there are so many. 6, leader of the pack. So as you go through the game and kill skeletons, you will get bones, and you have to give 5 bones to 5 different wolves in the wild, which you will find all over, and they will become your pet doggies. Yes, that's right. And they will follow you everywhere, even into caves where there's lava, which I don't know why it followed me there, but that's the game. All right? You'll get that as time goes. Lion Hunter, gain the trust of an ocelot. So as you get the fish, you keep collecting fish. When you are in the bamboo forest, you will find 3 different animals. You'll find parrots, but you'll also find ocelots and pandas. So when you find an ocelot, you got to kind of duck and sneak up to it. And then once you press left trigger, you can feed it a fish. And if you successfully feed it the fish, it will be your friend and fight for you, and you'll get that achievement. 8, artificial selection, breed a mule from a horse and a donkey. So you got to trap, it's cruel, I know, but you got to trap a horse and a donkey in some spot or fence them. And then you need to give them each a golden carrot or a golden apple. Golden apples are much easier to find. And you can find them in chests. You can find them in all these different places. So anyway, you will find them as you go on, and you have to give each of them one, and it will make a child. Oh, isn't that sweet? So we got all these little children being born. You know about they're animals, but you know what I mean. Anyway, number 6. So I got that going for me. So lead a caravan containing at least 5 llamas. So you find leads, kind of like a leash, throughout the game in random places. Again, this game really depends on what you find where and when. So if you find a lead, which I found easily throughout my time, you need to find llamas. And there are usually not that many llamas at one place, but I was in an area where there were a lot of mountains, and so I trapped one llama, I trapped another, I trapped all 5, and then I just had to put the lead on one single llama, and then it followed me. I actually also got the llamas with the wandering tree. There's this guy who goes around and trades stuff. You could trade emeralds for, and he has 2 llamas with him. Those llamas actually got caught up in my caravan. All right. So yeah, as long as you get those 5 llamas and you put the lead on 1. 10. I am a marine biologist. That's from Seinfeld. All right. Collect a fish in a bucket. All you got to do for this is make a bucket out of iron like we did before. Go in the water. I kept trying to catch the fish. I'm like, why can't I catch the fish? It wouldn't let me. You need to fill the bucket with water first. Then you go up to a fish and it will catch it. Aha. All right. Number 11. Zoologist. See, I'm giving all the hints that you might not know that I struggle with for 248 hours. All right, zoologist. Breed 2 pandas with bamboo. So when you go to the bamboo forest, you will see plenty of bamboo. And there are these areas where they have huge amounts of bamboo, like you're within the forest. And then there are parts where it has just a couple of stalks of bamboo. I think it's stalks. So you have to get the two pandas to follow you to the big area with all the bamboo. So you just have to take out some bamboo and like, come here. And once you get them there, you give them each bamboo and they will make a baby. All right. Where have you been? Receive a gift from a tamed cat in the morning. And this goes along with 3, plethora of cats. Befriend 20 stray cats. As you're going through the game in towns, they're only in towns, I'm pretty sure. You will find about 3 to 5 cats in each town, maybe 2, I guess, maybe 4. I guess that's within 3 to 5. So, and you need to give them fish. Sometimes they will eat the fish and not be tamed, but usually you can tame it by giving it a fish. So once you tame a fish, you lead it next to your bed. Oh, by the way, you have beds in this game, and these beds can be used to skip the night. And when you skip the night, you don't have to fight the enemies. But you cannot... Oh, and it's also a respawn point. So if you break your bed and then you die, you won't respawn there. You'll respawn where you started the entire game. That's called the spawn point. If you have a bed and you die and you've already slept in it, made the respawn point, you will respawn on that bed every time. All right. Now you could also, but if there are monsters around, you also can't go to sleep. So yeah, you'll see as you play the game. But if you have a cat with you that's tamed next to you sleeping, it will leave you something while you're sleeping. Isn't that cool? And once you get that, you'll have that. And as you go through the game and befriend and tame 20 cats, which to be honest took a long time for me, you will get plethora of cats also. And whatever Elytra goat is my last one here, it took me one of the longest to do because I couldn't find it. The goat was added very recently. I think it was 1.17. Yeah, I think it was 1.17 update. And so what you need to do is there are 3 places that are supposed to spawn. And I have heard that 2 of those places is glitched out. the one you need to go to is the snowy slopes. That is the only one that I was able to find it on in any world. Well, I looked in other worlds later on and I couldn't find it, but only snowy slopes had it. You go to a snowy slope, you find a goat. Then you also need to have a boat, which is very easy to make. You just need to get a wooden shovel and make a boat. You can make them easily, and you put the boat down on the goat basically, and the goat will be in the boat. I know it rhymes. And then you have to get in the boat and float with the goat, even though it does not have to be in water. Some people think it does. It does not. I got it without the water. And as you know, it's on the video. You'll see what I did. So, Category 5, Enemy Achievements. 5 achievements for 115 gamer score. Monster Hunter. Attack and destroy a monster. You just have to kill any monster. All right. Number 2, Archer. Kill a creeper with arrows. So once you get a bow and arrow, which skeletons drop, they drop arrows and bows. Or you can make whatever. But once you get that, you just have to keep shooting, I think 3 or 4 times with arrows. Kill a creeper with it. Overkill. Deal 9 hearts of damage in a single hit. So this one's more for when you've gone through the game a bit and you already have a diamond sword. So, you get diamonds, you use a stick, you make a diamond sword. All right. Now, and this also happens when you've already gone to the Nether and everything and you have the things to make potions. So just keep that in mind. But once you can do both those things, you have a diamond sword and you can make potions, you need to basically make a strong potion of strength, which you'll see as you learn to make potions. And have a whole bunch of levels, 20 XP levels. As you kill enemies or animals, you get XP levels. So about 20 levels. And hopefully you will also find an enchantment for fire aspect 2, or you'll be able to make it in your enchantment room. Just keep all that in mind. You don't have to know how to do that quite yet. It'll come as you go, and you'll know how to do it. Once you get there, it'll be easy. But yeah, once you make that, you just need to wait till night, drink the potion, and you will get it. And one of the achievement playlists I'm doing, putting up is a Catmanjoe. He has basically most of the achievements. He has a couple extra multiplayer ones that are not on this version of the game, and he doesn't have some of the newer ones, I think. But yeah, he has most of them, so he could show you how to do that, and a couple of the other things I have too. So you just have to have a really, really powerful sword with super strength potion, basically, and you just hit an enemy and you'll get it. So, yeah, even if you don't have the potion, I think you could still get it pretty easily. Number 4, Sniper Duel. This one was a pain because you have to kill a skeleton with an arrow. That's simple. You get a bow and arrow. You get arrows, right? From more than 50 meters away. That means you have to count 50 blocks away. But first of all, you have to trap a skeleton. I'm going to show you right on there on the video how I trapped him. And I trapped him in there, and then you kind of open up a little slot because he could shoot you with arrows too. And then you have to go all the way 50 blocks away, kind of set up where it is, and then you have to shoot and kill it. The problem is when you go 50 meters away, the skeleton despawns. So you have to have another character. Oh, and welcome to my partner T-Shark B. And T-Shark B was my co-op partner throughout this entire process. And T-Shark B stayed right by the skeleton, and it didn't despawn. Yes. And so I shot it from far away. Yeah. So you pretty much need to do that. Trap the skeleton, go far away, make sure someone's by the skeleton so it doesn't despawn. It could even be a second controller, and then shoot it. It's not too hard to kill it. You could also do this. You could build all the way up to the sky enough, 50 blocks up, and trap it down below. And then as long as someone's down there and it's gonna not despawn, then you'll hit it. And yeah, and I'm gonna be talking more about things T-Shark and I have done in this. So feeling ill, defeat an evoker. An evoker is this magic dude, and the only place to find an evoker, although I was told that they come in raids, I never saw one in a raid. However, I'm just gonna say the place you need to find them is a woodland mansion. That is the place you really need to find the evokers. There are plenty of them there. And a woodland mansion for me was 14,000 blocks away. So I had to just trek there. And speaking of which, I did use, and I did not consider this a cheat because it was on my one single world, I did use a website called chunkbase.com. And I was able to look up my specific world seed. So when you go into the settings, you could see your world seed. And I used Chunkbase to see where everything is, to see where the temples are, to see where the ruined portals are. To basically, it shows you where everything is. Some people may consider that a cheat, and that's fine. You can consider that a cheat. I do not consider it a cheat because cheats for me are things that you, like codes you put in order to make something different, in order to, you know, glitch it out or something. That is a cheat to me. But this is on my single world, and I just needed some more details. Otherwise, I'd be spending thousands of hours on this game because I would never have found this. So anyway, I did use chunkbase.com. You're welcome to think it's a cheat if you want, but not according to my rules. So anyway, once you get to this woodland mansion, you will find evokers, and you kill them. That's that. Category 6, Appliance Achievements. 5 achievements or 80 gamer score. Dispense with this. Yeah, I don't know why I said it like... So to make a dispenser, and to be honest, I never even used it once I made it. I never really understood the point of it. I guess you can multiply things. It will dispense it. But it shoots out items. But anyway, to make it, you need cobblestone, 7 cobblestone, you need a bow, and you need a little pile of redstone dust, which you will get as you mine throughout the caves. You need to mine with iron pickaxe, by the way, to get redstone. So, and you can make a dispenser. Yeah, so you're going to see that on the video. So the next one, number 2, tie-dye outfit, is where you have to use a cauldron to dye all 4 unique pieces of leather armor. So as you get leather from the cows or the horses or the donkeys, you can then make armor out of that. And you'll see once you go in the menu. But to make a cauldron, you need iron ingots. You need 7 iron ingots. And then all you need to do is get some water, pour the water in the cauldron. And then as you're going through the game, you're going to find different types of dyes. And I'll go through that once we get there. But you put any color you want, blue dye, yellow dye, and then you pour that in. And that way you could actually put each piece of leather armor in, and it will dye it for you. And that'll get you, and then you just have to put it on. And then, I don't know if you have to put it on, actually. You might just have to make it. But once you make it, you'll get that. All right, Inception. Push a piston with a piston, then pull the original piston with that piston. Oh, dear. So you will see this in the video. I made a piston, which you could see how to make it eventually. But you make a piston and a sticky piston. A sticky piston you're going to need a slime ball for, which you'll find as you fight enemies. I found mine in the stronghold. But so you put them next to each other, and then you put some of the redstone dust basically around, like going to one spot from both sides, and you put a lever in the middle, and you use that lever, and it keeps going back, forth, the pistons, and then you will get the achievement for that. You'll see it on the video. And really a lot of this stuff you will understand as you go through the game and you continue. It's not as complicated as it sounds once you continue it. All right, so the sound of music, I don't want to go into too much detail. The sound of music, make the meadows come alive with the sound of music from a jukebox. So you get a jukebox, you have to make that eventually. And once you make a jukebox, then you need to find records. Now, I found 4 records the entire time I was playing. I found them in chests all over different places when I was traveling. And hopefully you will find that. If you don't find a record, you might have a problem. But I found 4 throughout the whole time. And then I went up the hill, which was actually right by my house that I made. I had a bunch of houses. And I just put it down up. It looked like Sound of Music, if you know what that movie or show is. And I just put that record on, and I got that achievement. Number 5, Freight Station. Use a hopper to move an item from a chest minecart to a chest. So on the video, you'll see how I did this. But there's a chest and a hopper on it. And then there is a minecart with a track. So you find tracks throughout, or you can make them. I never made one track. I found every single track. They're very easy to find in mines, especially in the Badlands, by the way. So you put the tracks down leading to the hopper, and you put a cart on it, and then you put something in you have a chest inside the minecart. So you could actually take a minecart and a chest, and you combine them to make a chest minecart. You put something in the chest minecart, and once you push it over the hopper, it will pull the thing out of the minecart chest into the other chest, and you will get that achievement. So look at some of the guides if you're not sure what I'm talking about, but you'll see eventually. Category 7, crafting achievements. 7 achievements for 130 gamer score. It's a sign. Craft and place an oak sign. So once you have a certain amount of wood, you'll learn how to make a sign. And then you can write whatever you want on it. Just place it, and then you got it. Bake bread. Turn wheat into bread. So 3 pieces of wheat will give you bread. You just make one loaf of bread, and then you got that. Pot planter. Craft and place a flower pot. As you go on, you're going to learn how to make a flower pot, and you just have to place it somewhere. And when you place it, you will get that achievement. All right, 4, librarian. Build some bookshelves to improve your enchantment table. So to make a bookshelf, you need to find books, and and then you need wood, and that will help you make the bookshelf. And if you break someone else's bookshelf, how dare you? Like a librarian in a village, you could take 3 books from each bookshelf you break will give you 3 books. So you could just make a new bookshelf, and there you go. All right, 5, bodyguard. Create an iron golem. So you need a pumpkin, which you find randomly in different villages, and you need 4 iron blocks. So each iron block is 9 ingots, and that sounds like a lot. 9 times 4 to make four blocks, but you will have so much iron at one point that it won't be a problem. So you have to put, and you see here in the video, you have to put basically one on top of it, 2 arms, and the pumpkin on top, and then you'll make yourself an iron golem, which are, by the way, kind of like these little bodyguards you can make in a village. If you hit an iron golem, it will kill you. It will fight you and kill you, even though, by the way, secret, if you go inside a house, it can't hit you because it's too tall. Anyway, if you make an iron golem, though, no matter how much you hit it, it will not hit you. Your iron golem will not hurt you. Everybody else's will. All right, the lie. Make a cake using wheat, sugar, milk, and eggs. And I'm not going to go through all the details of it, but once you get wheat, you get sugar from sugar cane. You find sugar cane on the edge of water. You'll see those, the big sugar cane pieces. So you have to get the sugar cane, make it into sugar. You could also make sugar cane into paper, by the way. Milk, you just have to take a bucket and go up to a cow. You get milk. And eggs, chickens will randomly drop. I think if you kill the chicken, you'll also get eggs sometimes. So you just put that together, look at the recipe, you will make a cake. Bullseye. Hit a bullseye of a target block. So once you make a target block, which is something you'll be able to make eventually, you need to get your bow and arrow, and you need to shoot it in the target spot. It seems you have to shoot it a little higher than the actual target spot, so it actually gets into, it like shoots down a little curve. So that's how you're going to hit that, basically. All right, category 8, bee honey achievements. 4 achievements for 105 gamer score. And this was actually kind of frustrating because the bees are annoying and they will sting you. So, but once I figured it out, it was fine. Number 1, be our guest. 15 gamer score. So you find beehives randomly in the world. Finding them is the hard part. Once you see a beehive, so what happens is if the bees, you just watch the bees go in and out of the hive, you will see honey appear in the little holes that they're going into. And guess what happens when you try to get that honey with a bottle? Oh, you need to use glass. All right, so let me start at the beginning. You use sand to make glass bottles, and then use the glass bottles to go up and take the honey. So you can go take the honey, and guess what happens? They sting you. Not okay. You're not getting that achievement. You need to make a campfire and then put the campfire under the beehive, and then somehow they will be calm. And you can go up to it, take the honey. There you go. Got that achievement. Total bee location. Move and place a bee. Oh, by the way, if you get 4 bottles of honey, that will then make a honey block, which you're going to need for number 3. But just keep that in mind. You should try to get 4 bottles of honey. Total bee location. Move and place a bee's nest with 3 bees inside using Silk Touch. So, first of all, you need to find a beehive. You need to make sure there are 3 bees inside of it. A lot of times there were only 2 for when I did it, so you have to make sure there are 3 and they fly inside. Once you do that, you have to hit it with something, anything, and you will pick it up. However, there's an enchantment called Silk Touch, which you can get from villagers, which you can get from enchanting, and you need to have Silk Touch on that weapon. You can also find things with Silk Touch. As you play, you'll see how to do all that. But you need to use Silk Touch. Once you use that Silk Touch tool to pick it up, you just place it anywhere, and you will get it as long as there are 3 bees inside. All right? Number 3, sticky situation. Once you make that honey block from the 4 bottles of honey, you need to put the honey block somewhere. It could be high. It could be just right in front of you. And you literally have to jump on it. And you have to just slide down it. It's kind of silly. So, you can put it right there and just, and you slow your fall, and that's it. So you can use them up high and actually slow your fall, but you don't need to. You'll get that achievement. Wax on, wax off. Apply and remove wax from all copper blocks. And this was one of the most frustrating for me. You get plenty of copper in this game. You find copper all over the place. So once you get the copper, you make ingots. Once you make ingots, you make them into different types of blocks. There are 4 different types. There are a block of copper. there are cut copper blocks, there are cut copper stairs, and there are cut copper slabs. So you just have to make 4 of each of those. And once you have all of those blocks, there will be 16 types of copper. You need to put them down, not next to each other like a lot of videos say. You need to put them all separately with 4 spaces, 4 blocks in between each one so that they all turn green. Basically, they all turn oxidized. They need to be oxidized. You could find other guides out there, but hopefully this will be enough. You get the 4 different types of copper. Once you make the copper ingots, you put them all one at a time with 4 blocks in between, and they will easily turn oxidized all the way to green if you do that. If you put them closer together, it may take forever. It actually took me weeks, and I still wasn't oxidizing. So once it's there, then if you press an axe on it, it will then change to weathered copper. If you press the axe 2 times, it will turn to exposed copper. And if you press it 3 times, it will turn to just a regular copper. So you need to have 1 of each type. 1 block of copper, cut copper block, cut copper stairs, and cut copper slabs. Those are the 4 types. You need to have all of those oxidized version, all of those weathered version, all of those exposed version, all of those regular version. So you just go up to each of those and press it once, and then another set of them twice, another set 3 times, another set 4 times. So you'll have 4 different types of copper things. Once you have that, then you have to, then you have to go up to a beehive that hopefully you have by you, and you need to then use your shears, which you got from before, and you need to use your shears to get the honeycomb out of the beehive. But in order to get so basically, instead of putting a bottle, you just use your shears. So make sure you have a campfire under it so that they're calm. You can keep getting as much honeycomb as possible if you do it that way. And then once you get the honeycomb, you have to use each of your honeycomb to go up to each of these types of blocks, and then you have to put the honeycomb on each of these 16 things, and then you have to use the axe again to take it off and bring it to the way it was. I know. Complicated, but hopefully that will be every single detail you need. That took me a long time to get, but that is literally how you do it. If it still doesn't make sense, you know the guides, but that is how you get that, and you will get it. All right, category number 9, trading achievements. 4 achievements for 150 gamer score. Number 1, so you're gonna find all these villagers all over the place, and they'll have different jobs. The haggler. 30 gamer score. Acquire or spend 30 emeralds by trading with villagers. Super easy. If a villager wants beetroot, you find beets, you trade with them, they give you an emerald. All right. You just do a third, get 30 emeralds. You'll get that. Number 2, buy low, sell high. Trade for the best possible price. So I got this after I did a raid at one of the villages I was at. So let's just say you know how to do a raid, all right? And you finish and you do the raid. Then they will give you deals. So once you do a deal, you'll get that achievement. All right, Master Trader, trade for 1,000 emeralds. Oh, dear Lord. This one was the final achievement I had, and you need to trade for 1,000 emeralds. Yeah, this is why I did this game for so long. So here's the other thing about it, and people will tell you it is glitched, because it is glitched. Let me tell you that. There are 2 sides to the trading screen. There's the left side. Ignore the left side if you want to get this achievement. Do not look at that left side. Do not trade on the left side. On the right side, however, there's a spot where you could put the item you want, and then there's a button on the right that says trade. Now, you need to go down to your items underneath on the right, drag it up to the left box on the right side. We're on the right side. Forget that left side of the screen. On the right side, drag it up to where you need to put it, then go over to the trade button and press the trade button. Do not press Y on the trade button. Press A on the trade button so it trades, and it will give you the emerald. If you do it like that, you will get it. Or if you don't do it like that, you will get very frustrated, because there are, yes, many people who have. Please do it like that, or you'll be frustrated, because it will not track. I don't know why they do that. But if you continue to trade as much as possible, you will get this, no problem. The best thing to trade, in my opinion, is if you find hail bays. I said hail bays, really. Hay bales. Oh my gosh. In towns, if you find hay bales, you could turn that into a super huge amount of wheat, and it's like a lot of wheat. So then you could trade all that wheat, and you're gonna get like maybe 7 to 8 emeralds from just one little huge pile of hay bales. Well, I said it. So I think that's the best one to do. I mean, there are so many different ways to trade. In fact, I'm going to just put here some of the best ways to trade. I don't know how I'm going to put it. I don't know. I guess maybe I'll put it up right now as I'm speaking. Yeah. Or maybe I have been doing it the entire time while I was talking. Aha, but I won't know yet until I did it. All right, so anyway, you'll know. Number 4, Treasure Hunter. 40 gamer score. Acquire a map from a cartographer villager, then enter the revealed structure. So for this, you need to go to a cartographer, which they have the maps and everything. They have a little like gold eye patch thing on their head. And you need to go up to them and you need to trade with them enough to get to a certain level. I think it was the third, no, maybe it was the second level. I think what I traded my cartographer was paper, which I made from sugarcane, and then I gave him enough paper so that he got to the second level, and he upgraded, and then he was able to trade me the map with the treasure for, I think it was books and a compass, I think. If you'll see it on the video. But anyway, once I got that map, you have to just keep going in the direction. I know it's kind of complicated to explain, but you have to follow, and you'll appear on the map at some point. Your little arrow, and as long as you go by where the thing, you don't actually have to get the treasure. As long as you go by it, and I'm glad because it was in the underwater structure. I forgot what the name is. Wow. But yeah, it was there. I didn't have to go in and get it. Just have to go near it, and you'll get that. All right. All right, here we go. Let's go because we're like halfway done, but we're going to go through this. Category 10, multiplayer achievements. 2 achievements for 35 gamer score. Number 1, diamonds to you. Once you get diamonds, you have someone else play with you. You throw a diamond at them by pressing down on the, well, you can go in, there are different ways to throw it. So you throw it at them. Get that achievement. There you go. You know what? Let them throw it back at you. That'll be nice. All right, number 2, time for stew. So you can make suspicious stew. What is suspicious stew? It gives you some powers. I never used it for powers or anything, but you need to find a red and a brown mushroom. You'll find those in different places, especially mushroom areas, like the big mushrooms. And you also need a dye. I think I got a yellow dye from a flower. Oh, anytime you want dyes, you just got to get the flowers, break the flowers, and take them, and then you can turn them into dye. So yellow dye, and then you also need a bowl. And then, yeah, you can make a suspicious stew. There might be something else in there that I'm forgetting, but you just make a suspicious stew, and you give it to someone, you'll get that achievement. All right, good. That category is fast. Category 11, Nether achievements. 6 achievements, 190 gamer score. Oh, so the Nether. It's actually my favorite place in this game. So there are things called obsidian blocks, and there are things called nether portals. And in order to make an nether portal, you need to have obsidian blocks, and the smallest nether portal you can make is 2 obsidian on the bottom, 3 on the side, 3 on the other side, 2 on top, and then you need to use a flint and steel, which you can make a flint and steel, or you'll find many flint and steels, especially at broken, ruined portals. You'll find these portals all over the place, broken. Oh, and by the way, that's how you get the obsidian at the broken portals. You can mine it with diamond pickaxes only, though. That's the problem. So the other way to get nether obsidian, but still you need a diamond pickaxe to mine it. But you could also pour water down onto lava. It'll turn into obsidian. If it flows into the lava, it may turn into cobblestone. It has to pour down onto the lava. So, but still you need a diamond pickaxe, like I said, in order to mine the obsidian. But once you have obsidian, which you will get plenty of eventually, you use the flint and steel in it, and it makes the big purple portal. And once you go into the portal, you get, number 1, into the nether, construct the nether portal. You have to go into it in order for it to get this achievement. But you'll be going into so many portals. You're so used to this. And then you're in the Nether. One of the weirdest places. When I went in there with T-Shark-B, I was like, I don't know what is going on here. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, T-Shark-B is the person I obviously, you'll see in the videos, and I threw all those things at. And we played together. So, yeah, when you go in the Nether, you're like, what's going on here? So we're going to go over different things you could do in the Nether now. Return to sender. Destroy a ghast with the fireball. So a ghast is this big, the creatures the mobs in the Nether. There's a ghast. It's a huge white ghost thing that shoots fireballs. There are piglins, and the piglins are these pigs with swords and stuff and bow and arrows. And if you wear gold armor, they will not hurt you, by the way. They love gold, like gold member. All right. And then there are these hogs that look like Pumbaa from Lion King, and I call them Pumbas, and they're not poor Pumbas because I killed them. And there are a whole bunch of different things there. But for now, destroy a ghast with a fireball. When a ghast shoots a fireball at you, you use your sword and just hit it back at it. If you kill it, you get that one. I got it by accident, so it's good. All right, number 3. Ooh, shiny. Distract the piglin using gold. So if a piglin is coming after you, those are the ones who like gold. If you do not have armor. So if you just hand... Oh, by the way, if you hand a piglin gold ingots, which you'll have a lot eventually... they will give you so many different things, including obsidian, including ender pearls, which you'll need eventually. I'll explain that. So many different good things they give you. If they're after you and they're not just trading nicely, you need to throw gold ingots somewhere past it, and it'll be like, ooh, gold. And it'll forget about you, and it'll be distracted, and you'll get that achievement. All right? Ooh, shiny. All right? So, yeah. Now, another thing you can find in the Nether is ancient debris, and that's how you make netherite armor. It's very complicated, but I'm going to try to give you a little bit of the basics here. Cover me in debris is where you make a full set of netherite armor, and I'm not going to go through all the details, but to get ancient debris, you need to dig throughout the Nether, but to find it is very, very rare. So, guess what happens when you try to sleep on a bed in the Nether? Yes, it blows up like TNT. Isn't that lovely? I found that out by accident when I tried to sleep in the Nether. So, what you can do is you could just dig everywhere and use up all your pickaxes, which is really... It takes a long time. Or, which I did find one or two, but you could make little spots down below, and you could put the bed in a certain spot, and I'm going to put a video up so that you could see how to do this exactly. So watch someone do it. But you put the bed, you blow it up, and guess what? Netherite ancient debris does not blow up when lava touches it. When anything, it stays good. So anyway, you get enough ancient debris. I think we needed 24 ancient debris. I think 20, somewhere around there. And we were able to then make a full set of diamond armor. So you also need diamond armor because you can't make netherite armor. All right. Once you have the diamond armor, then you can get a smithing table, and you put. I know this is complicated. You can watch all this on guides. You put the diamond armor in a smithing table, and then you put the netherite ingots, or actually netherite shards, which I think turn into netherite ingots. So ancient debris turns into netherite shards. Netherite shards turns into, I think, ingots, and then you can use the ingots in the smithing table with the diamond armor to change it into netherite armor. And you have to do that for each piece of armor. It's complicated. It takes a long time to get all that stuff, but it's not as hard as it sounds. It's just, you'll get used to this eventually. So you're going to find the ancient debris, you're going to get diamond armor, and you're going to use the smithing table to make it into netherite armor. All right, you could find things that I'm going to give you that'll help you. All right, 5, hot tourist destination. Visit all nether biomes. And I put this in this category just because it's the nether, to keep it with the nether. But as long as you go to all 5 different biomes, which you probably will as you play the game, you will get this achievement. All right, and 6, feels like home. This one's also one of the ones that took me the longest. They're these little fellas. They're cute and they're good fellas. Called striders, and they'd walk in lava. So if you put a saddle on them, you could ride on them. It's pretty cool. But you can only ride on them if you have another fishing rod and warped fungus. So as you go into the nether, you will find warped fungus all over the place. So you put warped fungus on the fishing rod, and then you just have to sit on it you say, hey, come here, here's warped fungus. And you sit on the saddle and you can ride it. So now the key for this is you need to, first of all, you need to ride them in the overworld, which is what your regular world is called, by the way. So you need to find a strider. You need to say, come here, and try to get it to come to the portal with you. Go through the portal back to the overworld. And it's good to have a lava lake that's 50, I think it was 50 blocks long. Right there. I think it was 50. I don't think it was 100. Somewhere between 50 and 100. You'll see. And you need to be able to ride it there. But you can't make a lava lake like that. First of all, if you find lava somewhere, a lava lake somewhere in the overworld, then perfect. But if you're going to make your own, you cannot pour a bucket of lava and make one. It will get messed up and you will die. So I literally needed 30. Oh, I think it's 60 blocks. Oh, whatever. You'll see. But it's somewhere between 50 and 100. But I needed 30 buckets of lava. And every 2 blocks in that path, I needed to pour it. And that's how it kept an even stream of lava throughout. And then I rode him all the way there and back, and I got that achievement. It's very complicated. It wasn't hard. It was just complicated. And if they are in the rain or they go in water at all, they will die. And the first time I brought the fella up, it rained and it died. So don't let them out until it's not raining. All right? There you go. All right. Category 12, Nether Fortress achievements. 5 achievements, 170 gamer score. A Nether Fortress is the goal of the Nether, in my opinion. There are these big fortresses. Well, I guess that makes sense. And in those fortresses, you will find wither skeletons and you will find blazes. You will find other things too. But those are the things you need. So, camouflage. Kill a mob while wearing the same type of mob head. Now, besides letting lightning hit a creeper, which is rare, making it a charged creeper, and then making the charged creeper blow up next to a zombie, and then you get the zombie head, right? Forget all that, what I just said. Just kill a wither skeleton and get a wither skeleton skull and put it on your head and kill another wither skeleton. That's the best way to get this achievement. The problem is they have a very rare chance of dropping it. So if you get the enchantment for looting, you'll put looting on. I think I had looting too, and then yeah, I just kept killing them, and I got 3 skulls. I got 3 skulls actually because you need it for the wither. But you just put one of those skulls in your head and you kill it. You got it. All right. It's gonna take a long time. There's a reason why I played this game for almost 250 hours for all of this. Into fire. Relieve a blaze of its rod. If you find another fortress, not hard at all. You just got to kill the blazes, and they pretty regularly drop blaze rods. And just collect a rod, you get it. Blaze rods, by the way, turn into blaze powder, which you will use in your potions to make everything. You have to have blaze powder in order to make it. That's why trying to do peaceful mode, where there are no mobs and no blazes, is so impossible to get all the achievements, which I'm actually going to make a guide to show you every single achievement that's possible coming up at some point in the next couple months. But back to this. So yeah, so you need blaze rods to make it. You'll get plenty of them though. I had so many. You also, by the way, need... Oh, I'll get there afterwards. The beginning. All right, so spawn the wither. To spawn the wither, you need soul sand, 4 blocks of it, and you kind of make a T, kind of like you did for the iron golem earlier. And then what you need is 3 wither skeleton skulls, which, like I said, you need to really just keep killing them. And you put 1 on each of the soul sand, and this wither will come out and it will try to kill you, and it is dangerous. You need to spawn this thing underground somewhere. If you spawn out in the sky, it's going to go closer to any living creature. It's not going to just fly away. It'll come to anything that's living. But to try to get it out in the open is pretty complicated. So you can see here, T-Shark and I are trying to kill it, and it's destroying everything around us. And so just be prepared to have a lot of armor because you could die. If you die in this or the Ender Dragon, you will be able to come back and it'll still have lost the health that it lost. So anyway, we did kill it eventually, and it was awesome. And it dropped a Nether Star. A Nether Star is how you get 5, the Beaconator. Create and fully power a beacon. So a beacon is something that helps you dig faster. It gives you a lot of power. I never actually used it for that. I made the beacon, then we broke it. So whatever. But the Nether Star you need from the Wither. And then to make a beacon, you need a fully powered beacon. You can make a 3x3 one with... Oh, to make a smaller beacon, you need blocks. You need a block of iron, or you need a block of gold, emerald, or diamond. Good luck with diamonds. Anyway, so you need a 3x3 square of blocks of any of those, any combination of those. So let's just say iron, right? 9 blocks of iron, there's a 3x3. That's the smallest type. To do a fully powered one, you need a 9x9 set on the bottom, so 81 blocks of something. And then you need on that 49, 7x7. Then you need on that 5x5, 25, and on that 3x3. I forget how much that is exactly. But you need all of those blocks of something. I used mostly iron. I used some emeralds blocks, which is, oh, and remember, each block is 9. So 9 emeralds equals 1 block. 9 gold ingots equals 1 gold block, you know? So as you go through the game, you will hopefully get that many blocks. You make that 9 times 9, 7 times 7, 5 times 5, 3 times 3, and you put the, then you have to make the beacon with the with the nether star. And then once you get that beacon, the beacon, you put that in the center, and you will make this huge beacon up in the sky, and you will get that achievement. That is one of the last achievements I got in this game, because it took so long to kill the wither. That was one of the last things we had to do. All right? So, yeah, and yeah, you know the usual, the guides. Category 13, potion achievements. 4 achievements for 95 gamer score. So to make a potion, you need blaze rods, like I said, that you get from the nether fortresses. Only the nether fortresses from the blazes. You also need nether warts, which you could see here in the video. I got nether warts also in the nether fortress. That's the only place I've ever seen a nether wart. And there are all these little, like little farms of them. Now, once you take those nether warts back to overworld where you live, you could plant them in soul sand. I think it was soul sand or soil. I forget which one. I think it might be soul sand. It's one of them. But you could plant it and it will grow and multiply. So it's good. So I have so many nether warts, it's ridiculous. But I had to get them first. So you will find them. And so once you make a potion, you will need nether warts and you will need blaze powder. And then you can make a whole bunch of different potions. I'm not going to go through which potions necessarily. You could look that up, or in the guides you'll see it too. Yeah, actually, especially Catmanjoe. He'll probably show you each and every one of those how to get it. So, yeah, but that's how you brew a potion. So if you don't go to another fortress, you're not getting any of these achievements. Well, that's not true. Taste of your own medicine. Number 2, poison a witch with a splash potion. So you need to get a specific splash potion you could see in the guides, and you need to throw it at a witch. You could find witch huts all over the place, or you could find witches randomly. They come out at night too. But I actually found a witch hut on Chunk Base, and I went to it. And I threw it at it, and that was it. It killed me. The witch killed me right after, but whatever. By the way, if a witch poisons you with a splash potion, you will go down to 1/2 a heart left. Oh, and by the way, I never really talked about that. We have a whole bunch of hearts, and then you have also a hunger bar with different chicken legs on the right side. And when you lose your chicken legs, all of them, that means you're starving and your hearts start to decrease. So when a witch poisons you, you go down automatically to 1/2 a heart. All right? You will not die. Poison does not kill you. Number 3, zombie doctor. Cure a zombie villager. So in igloos, well, there are zombie villagers all over the place. And to cure a zombie villager, you need a splash potion of weakness, and you need a golden apple. Not an enchanted golden apple, just a regular golden apple. Which, by the way, you can make you can make golden apples with an apple and gold blocks. Or I think you can make gold ingots. I think it's gold blocks, though. So anyway, that's how you could also get that achievement for feeding the horse and the donkey, making gold apples. So you need to make gold apples and get a splash potion of weakness, right? If you find a random zombie villager around. On the hard difficulty, if a zombie goes near a villager, it will turn into a zombie immediately, apparently. But I was playing on easy. So anyway, when you go to an igloo, which I also found on Chunk Base, there's a secret entrance and to a trap door, and you open it, you go down to the basement, and there is a zombie there. You need to throw the splash potion on it. And then it will make it weak. You throw the apple, cure it, and then as time goes on, it will become a normal villager, and you got that achievement. By the way, once you cure that zombie, the other villager, which in this case is a little kid, I don't know why I got a little kid this time, but there's usually that villager and then another one. The one you cured and the other one, and they will give you super cheap rates. Instead of like six leather for an emerald, it'll be like one leather. So super cheap rates. So that's how you would do that. That's where you find it too, and like in the video. Stay in frosty. All right, swim in lava while having the fire resistance effect. So trading with piglins, they give you fire resistance a lot for trading with them gold. You can make fire resistance potion, or if you find an enchanted golden apple, which are so hard to find. This is also one of the last things we had to do. I finally found a bunch randomly in desert temples. Those are the best places. You could also find them in strongholds. I don't know if actually, no, I think they were taken out of strongholds, but you could find them in mine shafts. You could find them in portals, ruined portal chests. but the desert temples are the best. But just keep in mind, when you go into a desert temple, at the bottom, you'll find 4 chests. And you'll see this because I'm showing you how to find the apple. If you step in the middle, it will set off a bomb, and all the TNT will blow up you and everything in there. So if there's a enchanted golden apple there, you cannot do it. Now, you also have been told, oh, you can make enchanted golden apples. Nope, they got rid of that. You can't make enchanted golden apples. There's no possible way to do it. So you literally just have to find one, and it's one of the hardest things to find in this game. So anyway, so the point of this is, once you eat one, not only do you get an achievement, which we'll go over later, but you can also swim in lava. You have fire resistance. So to do this achievement, stay in Frosty, you could eat an enchanted golden apple. You could trade with the piglins and get it, or you can make a fire resistance potion. All right, number 4, category 14, enchantment achievements. 5 achievements, 110 gamer score. Enchanter, construct an enchantment table. So for this, you need at least 1 diamond and obsidian. But once you do that, you can enchant things, and your XP is how you get the higher enchantment levels. And to enchant, you also need lapis lazuli. I still can't say it. Yeah, lapis. We're going to call it lapis. And you can find that as you're digging down under the ground. And I believe you also need the iron pickaxe to actually mine that. If you use a lower pickaxe, it'll just break it. All right? Same thing with gold, by the way. No, gold? I forget, actually. Can you mine gold with it? Whatever. We're talking about lapis, aren't we? All right, number 2, disenchanted. You'll find plenty of these. Grindstones all over the place. You can make them. You have to put an item that's enchanted, which you might find or you've enchanted it. Put it in. And then go over to the right and press Y, and you'll take the unenchanted version, and you'll get some XP. And that's how you get that achievement. All right, number 3, do a barrel roll. Use Riptide to give yourself a boost. Now, I also use kind of a glitchy thing. It's not a cheat necessarily, but it's not a cheat. All I was doing was switching the villagers' jobs. And so when you go to a new village and you've never traded with a villager, you could break whatever they have. So if they have a composter and they're a farmer, you break their composter, they have no job. They're like, what do I do? Now, if you're close to another item that makes a job, they're going to switch to that job. However, if they aren't and they have no job, you put a lectern next to them and they will turn into a librarian. Or you could just find a librarian. You don't have to do that. So once you find a librarian, you could trade with them, and for trading some stuff, you can get a special enchanted book, and it's great stuff. So you could do that, and if it's not the one you want, you break the lectern, put it back down. They may give you another book, or just regular books, but usually a special book. Same thing. Put it down until you get what you want. So that's how I got Riptide. And that's how I got Frostwalker in number 5. So it's kind of cheating-ish, but all I did was just grind it out, really. But I wasn't using like a cheat code or anything. So for that Riptide, you need to also encounter one of the drowned zombies, which you're going to find all over. Some of them have conch shells, first of all, and they have tridents. I know, they're Aquaman. So they're going to throw tridents at you, and most of the time you can actually get a trident when you kill them. So when you get the trident and you use the Riptide, you actually have to go to the anvil, and the anvil is where you put those items, and then you can then put the Riptide book and the trident, and then you will then get a Riptide trident. And then once you get the Riptide trident, you have to go underwater and press and it'll shoot you far ahead, and you'll get it. I know, a lot of details. Check out some of the guides if you're still confused. 4, Fruit of a Loom. Make a banner using an enchanted apple stencil. This is another one that took me forever because I needed an enchanted golden apple. So let's say you already heard about how I got an enchanted golden apple. You need to make a banner. You need to use that enchanted apple to make a special pattern. Then you use the pattern on the banner, and then it makes a golden apple stencil. And you'll see in the video. But once you make that, you get that achievement. It takes a while to get that apple. So if you have apple, no problem. Let it go. Yes, it is referencing Elsa, of course. Use the Frostwalker boots. Walk in at least 1 block of frozen water on a deep ocean. So when you same thing, I used the Frostwalker boots with Frostwalker book with boots, and it made Frostwalker boots. And then I just put them on, and anytime you walk on water, it makes ice, and you can walk on the ice. It was walk on the water. It was awesome. So you just have to find deep ocean. To be honest, I still can't tell the oceans apart. I just kept walking. Eventually, I got it. All right. Next category, end achievements. 6 achievements for 170 gamer score. Dear me. The end is my nightmare. I hate the end. T-Shark B likes it. I don't know. It's terrible. Because what the end is you have to go through an end portal, which you find in a stronghold. Oh, so anyway, enter an end portal. The end? To enter an end portal, you need to find a stronghold, and you need to find the eyes around this portal. And there, by the way, are silverfish guarding it. And they're horrible. I hate them. Anyway, so then you need to get 12 Eye of Enders. And Eye of Enders are actually ender pearls and blaze powder. Or blaze rods. Yeah, blaze powder. And then from that you can make Eye of Enders, and you need 12 of them. So you need to either kill Endermen, which don't look in their eyes, by the way. They also don't like water. And also, if you're wearing a pumpkin with a head carved out, you can wear them and they won't see you looking at them. The Endermen. Right, you'll see the Endermen all over the place. Just you need to. So they randomly drop Ender pearls. You could trade for Ender pearls. You could find them in the strongholds. There are so many ways to get ender pearls. Oh, and you could trade with the piglins. That's the best way. They give you a whole bunch at once, but it's rare to get it. You have to keep trading a lot of gold. So once you make that, you put all those Eye of Enders in, and then you can go through into the end, and that's how you get that achievement. Once you go into the end, you're either close to the Ender Dragon, or you're just a little further away, or you might have to dig up. We had to dig up. So we digged up, and then we went to the Ender Dragon. I think we had to build a little, but the Ender Dragon is the final boss of this. It's a single mom, apparently. And I always feel bad. I think her name is Jean. I think that's what it is. But so the Ender Dragon is guarding her egg. And what you have at the Ender Dragon battle, which you see right here, is the Ender Dragon flying around, a whole bunch of posts and going up to the sky. And there are these end crystals up on the top. And you need to break every end crystal. 2 of which are blocked by iron cages. Ugh. So, and then you need to, once that happens, you could then kill the Ender Dragon, because if those end crystals are there, it will keep refreshing its health. So, you need to do that, but there are Endermen all over the place, so we used those pumpkins with the faces in order to actually be able to function here. So yeah, it was rough, but once we did that, we were able to kill. We had potions, we had all golden apples, we had super strong weapons, we had super strong armor, some netherite armor. So we had so much stuff. I'm gonna put up a video, and that will show you exactly. No, not exactly. I'll show you some of the best ways to get it. You could build up and hit the thing. You could use bow and arrows on the. There are so many options for this, so you know I'm just gonna leave it up to you to find the best guides that I have. In there, you will find stuff. I promise. All right, the end. Again. So, and this we actually did afterwards. After we did everything in the end. We went to the end cities, we got the shulker boxes, we got the elytra, we went back. Once all of that was done, you have to respawn the Ender Dragon. And by respawning, you need to actually make end crystals. I'm not going to go through how to make end crystals, but you need more Eye of Enders. So you have to make 4 end crystals and put them on the outside of what's left. There's like a tower with the egg in it. The egg's actually over there. And if you do that, the Ender Dragon will respawn. And I was like, bye. I died and whatever. We didn't need to fight it again. Anyway, so by the way, the Ender Dragon will also shoot these fireballs. And it's called You Need a Mint. You just need to bring a glass bottle with you and collect some of it. And you get that achievement. Great view from up here. So once you beat the Ender Dragon, you need to then travel. Alright, if you fall off the edge, it's called the Void. If you fall into the Void, I think on hardcore your entire game's over. But at least in easy, you will lose everything you have. And I think you'll respawn, but you'll lose all your good stuff. So you don't want to do that. So what you can do is, once you beat the Ender Dragon, there'll be these little portals on the side, and you need to throw Ender Pearls and land in it. And then you will transport to another part of the end. And then you have to just travel and travel and travel. And it's annoying. You have to keep building over the void. It's scary. That's scary to me. That right there. Not Dead Space, that. And then once you find an end city, you'll then find these things called Shulkers. And these Shulkers are these little creatures in these boxes that open, and they shoot things. And when they hit you, you levitate. That's pretty cool. Unless they levitate you really high and you fall and you die. By the way, make sure you have feather falling on your boots. That enchantment, when you do all of this end city stuff, it makes it way much easier. Really, way easier. So you go to the end city. you just have to kind of let it keep hitting you. And as long as you levitate up 50 blocks at that point, you will get that achievement. So you might have to make, I think I even made a hole in the ceiling to make sure I had enough, and I kept going up. But just don't die when you fall. All right, so that's how you get that. An organizational wizard, once you kill a shulker, it'll drop a shulker shell, and 2 shulker shells, usually they will. 2 shulker shells make a shulker box. So once I got home from all of that nonsense and that nightmare of having to do that, I then was able to make a shulker box with an anvil. No, I wasn't. Make a shulker box, and then with the anvil, you put the shulker box in, and you're able to name things with the anvil. So I named it Ross, because that is my name, and I eventually lost my shulker box. Very angry. Anyway, but that's how I got that achievement. All right, so the end is my nightmare, but you might love it. So anyway, category 16, progress achievements. So let's go where we're at the end here. 3 achievements for 80 gamer score. Venturing time. Discover 17 biomes. I didn't even try to do this. I just got this from playing. All right. Passing the time. Play for 100 days. That's equivalent to 30 hours of our time, 30-ish hours of your time. And considering I spent 248 hours doing this, I got it. Yeah. 30 hours of actual playing time to get this pretty much. All right. Oh, and by the way, if you go to sleep and you skip through the night, I believe it does count that time in it as part of the day. So you could skip part of the day if you go to sleep. And I'll make it quicker. 3, chest full of cobblestone. You only need to fill 1 single chest with cobblestone blocks. Each block is 64 cobblestone. It's not as hard as it sounds. I thought it was going to be harder, and it wasn't. You just have to fill 1 chest with cobblestone. All right? And you get cobblestone all over the place. All right, category 17, height achievements. 6 achievements for 135 gamer score. Why do I love this category so much? This is my favorite category. So trampoline, number 1. Bounce 30 blocks upward off a slime block. So you need to build up for all of these achievements. Basically, if you jump and put down a block, you could jump, put down a block, jump, put down a block. That's how you get out of things if you get stuck in holes. And then you can keep doing that all the way to the height level, the top, which is the world limit, which is 320. Y equals 320. So anyway, for trampoline, I went up about 130 blocks. And before I did that, I placed 3 slime blocks on the bottom because you need to bounce off of it. And I think it was maybe 9 slime balls to make a slime block, I think. So anyway, once you go down, boom, and you bounce up, and that's it. You get the achievement. Eventually, you'll slow down, too. All right, beam me up. Teleport over 100 meters from a single throw of an ender pearl. All you need to do is go up really high. It can be as high as you want. Take an ender pearl and throw it. Ender pearls make you teleport. So if you're going to throw it on the ground, it's not going to go 100 blocks away. But if you're up really high and you throw it, the chances it's going to go pretty far are very good. And as long as you teleport, you'll get that. Number 3, supersonic. Use Elytra to fly through a 1x1 gap while moving faster than 40. And I don't know what that stands for. So this is a pain, but I figured out the way to do it after literally hours and hours of searching through videos. So Elytra is what you get in the end city. Once you go up to the end, once you go up to the end cities, you sometimes see a boat sailing next to the end city. And sometimes you don't. But in that boat, there is 1 piece of Elytra, which are these wings, which don't make you actually fly. We thought they actually made you fly because that's what people told us. They make you glide, the Elytra. So once you jump off a high place with the Elytra on, you will be able to glide, and then you can use fireworks to keep going. That's complicated. Don't even worry about that. The point is, if you go up 200-something blocks, maybe 300-something blocks, a good amount, I think at least 100 blocks up, you build up. You need to again sail down without the Elytra being used. You double tap A, I think, to use the Elytra, but you need to go through 1 single 1x1 block. So you'll see just a 1x1 block, and I could not, for the life of me, open it in time. I could not do it. I tried over and over, and I was ready to almost give up. And then someone mentioned just make a huge tunnel of 1 block. And I did that. It was about, I don't know, maybe 50. I don't know how big it was. A huge tunnel of it. And while I was in the tunnel of 1x1 gap, I put the Elytra on and I counted. That is the thing right there. That is exactly how you need to do it. All right? It'll be quick and easy if you do it that way. All right, top of the world. Place scaffolding to the world limit. Another hard one, but that is not hard at all. First of all, the world limit we know is 320. Not hard to get up there. You could stack anything to get up there. All right, but you need to put scaffolding at the top. I thought, and most people think, you need to put scaffolding for the whole thing. No, no, no. You only need to put scaffolding at the top. As long as the top one at the 320 is the scaffolding, you will get this achievement. And you make scaffolding from bamboo, so basically I did this in the bamboo forest. All right? Only the top one or the top couple have to be scaffolding, not all of it. Caves and cliffs, free fall from the top of the world, build limit, to the bottom of the world and survive. So I'm giving you a lot of hacks here to really get this stuff without cheating, just kind of like getting it easy. So this you have to build up to 320. You also then have to build a hole all the way down, which it was a pain. You had to all the way down to bedrock, which is negative, what did I say? Negative 60, I think. And what you do when you get down there is put a bucket of water at the bottom. Because if you land in water from that huge distance, guess what? You survive, of course. Really? Minecraft physics. Anyway, so once you can get back up, you go up to the top and you jump from there. Don't crash like I did on the wall. Yeah. All right, you jump and then you land. And as long as you land in that water, you did it. And it's not as hard as it sounds. Digging it just takes a long time. And the last one, Star Trader, I have a super hint for this one. Trade with the villager at the build height limit. Obviously, build up to the height limit again. Make kind of like a little thing you can walk on because you don't want to fall off at all. Find a villager that you can trade with. There are so many ways to make elevators. It takes forever. I found the way. You find someone you could trade with. This one, in this case, traded coal. I got coal. And you put them in a boat. And you put a lead on the boat. And you literally hold the lead and build up as you're holding the lead. And they will stay in the boat with you. It is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. It's not possible. Obviously not possible. But, and then you have to kind of like swing the person up. And if you get that person up there, you could do that trade. And that took me such a small amount of time compared to what everybody else does. That is the hack right there. It works perfectly. Unless they fall or you fall like I did before. Anyway, category 18, Aquatic achievements. 11 achievements for 295 gamer score. This was also a very interesting section. So anyway, the deep end. Defeat an Elder Guardian. Oh my. So yeah, the Elder Guardian, if you go near these Elder Guardians under the water by the ocean monuments, that's the word, monument, they will make it so that you can't dig. They have a special thing they do to you, and it's the creepiest thing in the game. You're sailing all of a sudden in front of you, and it creeps you out, and then you lose the ability to dig anywhere for a little while. You get over it, but if you go near them again, you lose the ability to dig, and you have to dig to get to them because in this ocean monument there are 2 arms on the sides, and there's 1 middle section, and there's an Elder Guardian on the 2 sides and 1 in the middle. You need to get in that monument and kill it. So unless you can breathe underwater, which you might have a potion to do that with, and you can go in and then kill it, you need to then blow it up. So I found the way to blow it up. You could see from right here on the video, the sand, you put the TNT, you put a redstone block, and that will actually blow up the wall on the side, and you can see the Elder Guardian right there. So that way you don't have to dig for it. And so yeah, I just killed it. And actually the next one, dry spell, dry a sponge in a furnace. When you kill an Elder Guardian, you will find a sponge just kind of laying around next to it. You take that, you put it in the furnace, it dries it. Done. All right. You get that one too. Oh, by the way, number 3, Atlantis. Find an underwater ruin, and that's what that is, underwater ruin, basically the monument. So once you find that, you'll get that. And the other thing to do with this is you're going to have to get back here and find prismarine blocks eventually to make the conduit. So just keep that in mind. I killed the Elder Guardian on either side, the arms. I did not kill the one in the middle, but because I killed those 2, I think the Elder Guardian has to be within 50 blocks of you to hit you with the no digging thing. And the front of it, the front of the ocean monument was far enough away from the one in the middle that I was able to dig. And I had to keep going down because I couldn't breathe underwater. You kept going down, getting prismarine blocks, going up, down, dying. And as long as you spawn right near it, I had a bed right there next to it, like on the land. So I kept respawning there, collecting my stuff. Because by the way, when you die, your stuff is still there for the most part. Sometimes it will despawn. like my Ross Shulker box. Very sad. Anyway, yeah, so you just keep trying to go back, keep getting those prismarine blocks, and eventually you'll get enough. So, sail the seven seas. So, sail the seven seas. Yeah, I couldn't do it on this world. It's the only achievement I could not do on this world. It glitched for me. You have to go to all 9. There is no warm, deep ocean, by the way. They're all 9 of the ocean types, and you'll see them on a guide. You need to go to every single one. Some people say you have to go swim in it. Some people you say you could use a boat. Some people say you have to go down to the ocean floor. I think you could just do any of those. You need to go to each one once. I could not do this because my game, the save game, glitched out. So in order to do that, I had to start a new world, a random world. I did not use an achievement world. I did not use a seed. I did not use a cheat. I went to a new world, a random one. I went to each one and got this achievement right away. I honestly thought it was going to be glitched and I wouldn't be able to 100% this thing. But luckily I got it. Anybody who knows me knows that how much I struggled with this one. So anyway, yeah, I did get it eventually. And yes, I did go to another world, but it wasn't any of my rules. You know, those rules I started off with. So, and I had to, because I did do this on my world. It just didn't pop. All right. So hopefully it will be fine for you. It does glitch for people. Go to a brand new world. You'll get it. No problem. All right. If you still have a problem, I'm sorry. I hope they patch it if it's still, still messed up. Anyway, number 5, ahoy. Find a shipwreck. I didn't even have to look for this. You see a ship sticking out of the water. You could look on Chunk Base to find one, but I just found it. And you go in, and inside of it is a treasure box. Usually there are 2, but I think there were 2. But one of them was really good. Had good stuff in it. I think a treasure map, which actually led me to the treasure. Dig up a buried treasure, me gold. And I followed the map, and I found it. I spent a good day digging where the map said to dig. It was pointing to it, and I could not find it. Apparently, the treasure box is always maybe like 3 or 4 blocks under where you stood, like the water. Like you look in the water, it's like 3 or 4 blocks down. I went like hundreds of blocks down, couldn't find it. It was right there the whole time. So it's almost always right there. I think it's always there, actually, the buried treasure. And they have some good stuff in there. That's where you're going to be finding gold, the discs to play for the Sound of Music, and where you're going to find Heart of the Sea, which you need for the conduit, by the way. All those things. So, yeah, dig up the buried treasure. Shipwrecks are easy to get them at. All right? One pickle, 2 pickles, sea pickle, 4. Place 4 sea pickles in a group. I believe it's the warm ocean is where you find the sea pickles. You just have to dig them up, mine them, and you have to put them in a square design. And as long as you do that, you will get that. You also find it in some of the villages that are in that like watery area. Mockstramen. Oh no, in the desert area. That's where they are. Mockstramen. Activate a conduit. So you need to make a conduit with the prismarine blocks. You could see on the video I'm making this thing. And once you make the conduit, so the way you make a conduit is you need a Heart of a Sea, which I found randomly in a treasure chest, and you need conch shells, and you need to make a conduit out of those. And the conch shells I got easily from the drowned zombies. My dog's making noise. Drowned zombies, and you'll get them. A lot of them have them, or you could trade with the wandering villager to get them too. So once you make the conduit and you make a specific type of prismarine block, the one I have here is it's not the full one. You can make a double one, but it's not the full one. And so anyway, as long as it's completely covered by water, the top was sticking out of the water, it wouldn't work. But as long as it's completely done with the water, you do what you do here, you put it there, and all of a sudden, you make a conduit and you activate it. You get that achievement. And guess what? You can breathe underwater if you're next to it. How do you like that? So I'm going to skip number 9 for a second. 10, free diver, stay underwater for 2 minutes. And 11, sleep with the fishes, spend a day underwater. If you spend a whole day and night of the game underwater, just standing next to the conduit, which I did do, you will get both of those achievements. All right, back to 9, echolocation. Feed a dolphin fish to have it lead you to a treasure. There are dolphins. You're going to see plenty of dolphins. You just go next to it, give it a fish, and you'll get that achievement. I did not even go where they told me to go. I didn't get a treasure from them. So anyway, yeah. All right, category 19, Pillager achievements. 3 achievements, 70 gamer score. So when you find these pillagers, you could find them in their temples, not temples, in their villager outposts, or you could find them randomly. I found one, like in the video here, underground in a cave. Are you kidding me? What are you doing down there? So first of all, you defeat. Well, it says defeat a Ravager, but first of all, you trigger a pillar if you go back to your town after you've already encountered them. I think that's how you, yeah, that's pretty much how you trigger the raid. You go back to your town, they will come and try to raid your town. And then, it's this weird sound, it's funny. And so we're being attacked. If you kill the pillager captain with the flag, I've got a bad feeling about this. Han Solo is apparently there. You'll get that achievement. And at some point, you'll also see a Ravager, which is this huge beast. And if you kill the Ravager, you get that achievement. So as long as you get a raid going, you'll be good with that. I got it without even knowing what the heck was going on. I'm like, what's a raid? I don't know what this is. I got all those achievements. So you'll get it. Category 20, eating achievements. 3 achievements for 70 gamer score. Number 1, Castaway. Eat nothing but dried kelp for 3 in-game days. And so I didn't realize I was going to get this so easily. So obviously you need to eat to survive. But when you get the dried kelp, you need to go to your, you need to get to your, you need to take the kelp that you get from the ocean, you have to put it in your furnace, make dried kelp, and eat it. And as long as you don't eat anything else in 3 days, you will get that achievement. So you want to try to not get hurt in that time so you don't have to refresh your health. Maybe just chill. I, however, for some reason, hadn't eaten in the process of getting back to my house, and it was apparently 3 days worth. So as soon as I ate my dried kelp, I got the achievement. So I was kind of lucky with that. But yeah, so 3 days. Number 2, overpowered, eat an enchanted apple. This is what I was saying before. You get an enchanted apple, you eat it. I used it to go in the lava with. So as long as you get that. So finding enchanted apple, that's the hardest part. 3, iron belly. Stop starvation using rotten flesh. They apparently just on the brand new update last week or 2 weeks ago fixed this achievement. It worked for me. It worked for T-Shark B too. So I don't know, but I'm going to tell you how I did it. Stop starvation. So when all of your chicken leg hunger things go down to 0, you have about you have about 2 seconds until you start losing health. I tried everything in the world to get this to work. I waited till I had no health. All the different things. This is what you do. When you go all the way down and you have no more hunger, you have full hunger you need. Well, you know what I mean. When your hunger goes down to 0, those 2 seconds before you start losing health, eat rotten flesh. That's how I got the achievement. All right, that is how I did it, and that's how some people have said to do it. And other than that, I could not get it for the life of me. I tried for hours. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully they fixed it though, so you could just get it easily. Category 21, special task achievements, 6 achievements, 190 gamer score. Guess what? This is the last category. These are ones I just could not classify. All right, number 1, the healing power of friendship. Team up with an axolotl and win a fight. So for this, you need to find an axolotl, which are extremely rare, especially the blue ones, by the way. You need to find a lush cave. So if you spawn next to a lush cave, guess what? You're good. You have to go in the lush cave, which I did by accident. And then I found axolotls. I'm like, oh no, I don't have a bucket. You're supposed to capture them in a bucket, bring them to an enemy, and you need to finish off the enemy. They're gonna, if you put it near the enemy, it will fight it. It always fights any mob. And as long as it doesn't kill it, you need to finish off the enemy. So in this case, I was like, I don't have a bucket. So it started to attack a zombie as I was there. And I'm like, oh, cool. I wonder if this will work. So I killed the zombie, finished it off. I got the achievement. I did not have to collect it, the axolotl. I didn't have to take it anywhere. Perfect. So yeah, axolotls are only in lush caves. That's where you'll find them. So yeah, and lush caves are like these pretty caves with waterfalls and these plants and everything. It's very cute. They have a lot of tropical fish too. All right, that's where you find that. Number 2, on a rail. Travel by minecart to a point at least 500 m. I guess that's blocks, basically, in a single direction from where you started. So I got plenty of tracks, rail tracks, in the Badlands. You can find them in mine shafts underneath where you are. Plenty of mine shafts all over. You can make them with so much iron. Anyway, you need at least 500 of them. And you need to literally put 500 in a straight line going somewhere. You can make it go up like cliffs and dives, but I just made it straight. And you need to literally press the direction button, and it slowly goes on it. I did over 500. I did like maybe 510 just to be safe. You just have to ride on it in a minecart. So you have to get in the minecart and ride. Now, if you want to speed it up, you can do like I did later. I put a powered rail on every couple, and then I put redstone next to it. I powered it and made you go faster. That, my friends, is how you make a roller coaster. But I'm not interested in making a roller coaster, so I just held the stick, left stick forward, and I just moved along it very slowly, and I got it. There you go. Getting the rails is going to be the hardest part. All right, number 3, map room. Place 9 fully explored adjacent map items into 9 item frames in a 3x3 square. This is confusing, but hopefully will make it not confusing for you. You need to get maps. People say it has to be the locator map. It does not have to be a locator map because I didn't have locator maps. You get a regular blank map that you can make. I think you make them from paper and a compass. Whatever you say. And what you do there is you have to find a spot. In this case, I found one of our towns where T-Shark-B has his house. I don't actually live there anymore. And I went in the middle of the town. I lifted up my map, and then it shows you the map. It shows you what you're at. Like basically the surrounding area where you are. All right? I actually screwed this up a couple times, so I had to go back and do this again. So you do that. You make sure all of the corners are filled out. Now, you go and you go take up another, you go to maybe like, let's say it's 9x9 blocks, right? You go to the one to the left of you, and then you pull up another map. As long as you're far enough away, it won't register the one you just did. It'll register the next area, and it'll just come up as a map for that area. You go up, you do the same thing. You go there, you go there, you go all those 9 spots. You will have a complete map of where you are with the beginning spot in the middle. That's the best way to do it. Now, you need to then make frames and put the frames on the wall. I tried doing it in my house. It did not work. I did not know why it didn't work. Some people said maybe it's because I didn't fill out the entire edge, the corners of it. You could try that. Go back and try to make sure all the corners are filled out, because the further you walk, the more it fills out. But I think when I put it on the wall outside T-Shark's house, I don't know, for some reason, I picked it up, put it somewhere else. Oh, well, part of it is where I placed it the second time was at the house I used to the map actually shows. So it might actually have to be at the place where the map shows. And then I got the achievement for that. So it's tricky to get it, but those are the things you could probably do throughout to make sure you get it. Just keep picking up them. Sometimes they're glitched a little. Just pick up the map pieces, put them back down. Make sure they're filled out in the corners. Switch locations, all different things like that, all right? But you'll get that. Number 4, rainbow collection. Gather all 16 colors of wool. So first of all, getting wool is easy. You could shear sheep. You could breed sheep. You could just kill sheep. But as long as you have 16 pieces of, or 16 blocks of wool, that's what you need to start. And if it's white wool, it's good. So some wool, and I have it up here on the screen, some wool is natural, white. You could find gray sheep. You could find black sheep. You could find, what else? Dark gray sheep. So anyway, those you just kill or whatever, and you get that. Other ones you need to combine with colors or things to get, which it says here. Like you get a blue flower, it makes blue. You get a green flower makes green. Yellow flower, no, green flower does not make green. The hardest one was the green. I needed to get a cactus in a desert, and that's the only place you can get a cactus. So once you find a desert, you get some cacti, and you can make your green color. And then from there, you need to start mixing the colors till you get all 16 colors. But it says it here. So just as long as you get that, you'll get that. As long as you get that, you'll get that. And in the crafting table, you can then make every type of piece of wool. And all you need to do is to put it in your inventory. You do not have to do anything else with it. So even if your friend wants to take it all and put it in their inventory, they'll get the achievement too. All right, last 2, sound the alarm. There's this random bell in the town. So some people say it's harder to get than we think it is, but I just started ringing it at night when mobs started coming out, and I got it. That was it. It was starting to come out, and I got it. Some people say it has to be a certain time or pillagers. It happened for regular mobs, not pillagers, all right? That's what you get. Just ring it. And cheating death, number 6, the last one. Use a totem of undying to cheat death. And from the evokers at the Woodland Mansions, you get a totem of undying. And you have to be holding it in your hand. You can't have it in your inventory. If you're holding this thing and you die, you will come back to life and you will get that achievement. And we are done. And that is Minecraft. And I hope you will love this game. Please Let me know if you ever have any questions. I know so much about this game only because I obsess over these things. Not because I'm amazing, but because I just obsess. I know all these little details. Let me help you. Message me. If anybody does, I don't have a lot of time to spend helping people get achievements, but if anybody really needs an achievement or help, let me know. I have achievement area in my house where I have as many achievements as possible ready to help people if you really are struggling. And you can find people online too. So anyway, I hope you enjoy Minecraft as much as I did, and I'll see you next time on the Achievement Planner.